The father on trial this morning, charged with killing his son, accused of intentionally leaving the toddler in a hot car for hours while he exchanged explicit messages with women. ABC's Gio Benitez is here with the latest. Good morning, Gio.
Robin, good morning. This is sure to be an emotional case. We're talking about a little boy left alone in that car for 7 hours. His dad says it was an accident, but prosecutors say it was murder.
This morning, the case of a little boy's death that shocked the nation, heading back to court. Lawyers selecting a jury from a pool of more than 500 people for the trial of Justin Ross Harris, the father charged with murdering his 22-month-old baby boy by leaving him in a hot SUV.
We look forward to the case running its course and ultimately justice being served in this matter.
35-year-old Harris, charged with murder and child cruelty, has pleaded not guilty, claiming his son's death was an accident, that Cooper died of heat stroke in June of 2014, and that he accidentally left him in the back seat of his SUV outside of his Atlanta area office for 7 hours on a summer day with temperatures soaring to 90 degrees.
Cooper's death was a horrible, gut-wrenching accident.
Kept saying, what have I done, what have I done?
But prosecutors painting a very different picture, one of a double life. Investigators claim that as Cooper sat in that hot SUV, Harris was in his office exchanging sexually explicit messages with other women who were not his wife, including a 16-year-old girl.
While that baby was out there, he was showing pictures of his private parts to other people.
Police say just days before his son's death, Harris watched videos about hot car deaths online and even allegedly searched how to survive in prison. Just 2 months ago, Harris's wife Leanna filed for divorce. But as Cooper's mom, her attorneys say she will testify and intends to defend her ex-husband.
Leanna has never wavered. She thinks that Ross did not do this intentionally. Whether he was sexting or whatever the salacious allegations are, that it was not purposeful, that he left Cooper in the car.
And jury selection could take as long as 2 weeks. The father faces those murder and child cruelty charges, but he's also charged for some of those explicit messages that day with a minor. Robin, this is a complicated case.
It certainly is, Gio. Thank you. Joining us now, ABC News Chief Legal Analyst Stan Abrams to help us break it down here. We heard Gio talking about the jury selection. What are both sides looking for here?
If you're the defense, you want jurors who are not going to prejudge him based on his sexting, right? They tried to get that part separated from the murder charge. Judge wouldn't have it. So you need jurors who are going to be able to separate out bad guy having affair from did he kill child. You might want someone more liberal if you're the defense. For the prosecution, I'd want parents of young children. I'd want parents of children this age to say, how could you possibly forget your child in a hot car? So that they simply would never believe that that could happen.
As you said, the judge is going to allow this other evidence about him to be played in. What's that going to do?
Well, look, that's the motive, right? The prosecutors are going to argue that his motive was he wanted to move on with his life. He had these other women. That his child was an impediment, etc. But it was a huge win for the prosecution that they're able to try these cases together, because by saying that's the motive, it certainly doesn't make him look like a good guy at all. And that's going to be a real challenge for the defense.
Okay, another challenge for the defense. They're basically saying it was just a horrible mistake.
That's right. They're saying that this was just an accident. And this is where the legal standard is critical. Proof beyond a reasonable doubt. They're going to have to prove, the prosecution, that he did this on purpose, that it was intentional, and that's going to be the challenge.
A lot of people are going to be watching this closely.
Absolutely.
All right, Dan, thank you.